Okay, it doesn't want to play. Let me stop. 1 second.
No problemo. We'll figure out why.
Good news, everyone. I listen to the black guy who tips.
She had a damn.
That was
45-second delay.
Long delay. All right, hold on. Let's see. Pause recording. Then. Oh, nah. So I can't really stop. All right, hit record again.
Podcast because good news, everyone. I listen to the black guy who tips podcast because Rod and Karen are hot.
Thank you, Professor Farnsworth. Welcome to another episode of the Black Guy Who Tips podcast. I'm your host, Rod, joined as always by my co-host,
Karen, because we are hot.
And we are live on a Saturday morning, ready to do a little bit of feedback. We only had 2 episodes really to do feedback on, and one of them's a feedback show. But we like to get the week started with a clean slate after taking a couple of days off. So, you know, let's hop on into it. Of course, feedback is where we talk about what you guys had to say throughout the week. There's people that left voicemails, emails, comments on the website, YouTube comments, all that type of stuff. And we like to go through what you guys had to say. No voicemails this week, no physical mail this week. So those 2 segments won't be on here. But we still continue, guys. We still have things to talk about. The official weapon of the show is
Folding chair.
and the unofficial sport
Bullet
and bullet ball extreme. And there are people who gave us money for no other reason than it just makes them feel good, and they like to know that we exist and that we're getting money to be out here living. So you can go to theblackguywhotips.com, look on the right hand side, choose to donate in any denomination you would like, in any frequency you would like, and we just give you a shout out.
May I have your attention? You are now listening to Charlotte's Own Rod and Karen. We welcome the good folks who tithe to the Black Guy Who Tips.
Today's a new day. New Skrilla, new killers. What's going on? We got Julian Ian, Bomani Jones, the aforementioned Bomani Jones. Just saw him last week. Noel W, Pete B, Laura F, Chris from Hawaii, Walter B, who I feel like that's new. I don't remember Walter B. Corey the Tickler, Tabitha M, and lastly April G. Thank you everybody that took the time out to reach behind our ears and say, what's this? Oh, I didn't know you had a little coin back here. Thank you so much. We appreciate y'all.
We do.
Will we have 5-star reviews or will we have more commercials? Let's see what the answer is. We will have a 5-star review. Your favorite Noop says, if you've made it this far, ... 5 stars. If you made it this far, welcome to the best podcast on the planet. Enjoy the show. It's a wonderful blend of pop culture and comedy. Thank you. It's a great introduction to these fools. We are a wonderful blend of pop culture and comedy. I've always said so myself. It's a great description of what we do here. And we are wonderful at blending it, you know. It's like a nice coffee, you know, a wonderful blend of just comedy, pop culture, and politics, and I don't know, levity, a bunch of shit. Let's get right into the episodes. There's only 2. 3266 Foolishness Friday, the album. We had 2 comments on our website. Shout out to Karen Hunter. She played this on the show yesterday. She played Bomani, the other Bomani's intro song that we played on our podcast last week. She liked it. And then a bunch of people called in trying to match it or to sing their own songs. And I'm just tell you, it's hard. It's hard to sing, and it's hard to be good at it, and it's hard to come up with stuff on the fly. And everybody knows.
Yeah, it's not easy.
3 comments. Sean says, all this talk of tipping makes me so happy that I'm in Japan where there is no tipping. The amazing thing is that most places I go to, the food prices adjusted for the overall market are the same as lower than the pre-tip cost in the U.S., but don't have a tipping culture. I can't figure out how American companies are incapable of paying people a living wage or at least minimum wage and still making a profit. It's almost like they are weighed down by upper management and stockholders who are siphoning the money away from the people who earn it. Sean, I think you answered the question already for yourself. And I think you know that. Appia says here tipping is also way less a thing and only in restaurants even. I'm glad we don't have to think about it every time we have an interaction with someone where money is exchanged. I agree. I wish America was like that.
Yeah, and sometimes it gets to the point where it's not, like you said, it's not even a human interaction, and they still want to tip. Like, if I go in, like if I order a pizza and I go in and pick my pizza up, I'm not tipping you. I drove my car. A delivery driver did not come to me. Why am I tipping the restaurant for, you know what I mean, for something that I basically did all the manual labor? That makes no sense.
Yeah, I just think I'd rather, even if I think you're right, Sean and Appia. I don't think you have to pay more. I think we could actually get it done with what food costs right the fuck now. But even if they told me, like when Papa John's did this, where it was like, we can pay our drivers insurance for their life and cars and health, but we'd have to raise every pizza a nickel or something like that. And Papa John came out and told us that, the customers, it was like a quarter or 15 cents or something.
Something ridiculous.
And said it on some like, and of course our customers wouldn't want to pay that 15 cents. And I'm like, but the price of pizza goes up every fucking day.
Yes.
And you're not giving insurance. At least if you rose for insurance, I'd be like, oh yeah, at least there's a tangible thing people are getting that they didn't have before.
Agreed.
Right now, I just know Papa John's costs more than it used to for no fucking reason. There's no excuse. You're not telling me why. You're not saying it's the gas prices or whatever. And it keeps going up anyway. So why not have one increase that actually makes me go, oh, you know what? I was going to order Domino's, but I'm going to order Papa John's because they insure their drivers. Like, I just don't get the downside to it. And you got to be a hateful motherfucker to be like, I was going to get Papa John's today, the shittiest of the pizzas, but I'm not because they give people insurance and I can't have my money going to no one's health insurance. So what kind of evil motherfucker are you?
Right.
Rona Raphael says, y'all heard Karen and she be knowing too. Don't talk to the chat GPT. Come to talk to me. I got you. Just like I did for the orcas. Y'all didn't believe me, but ask anyone that offended them orcas and didn't reach out to me to intercede on their behalf. They found out. If you're looking for romance, I got you. If you're looking for security for a certain mafioso, it depends. I know a guy. Come talk to Ronan. You don't even need Wi-Fi and it's cheaper than chat GPT. Only thing I heard here is that at least you're not trying to get that Parava Quran bullshit off. So I'm going to just call this progress and move on. Hopefully nobody gets scammed.
Hilarious. Don't y'all dare do that.
When the class action lawsuit against Rona Raphael happens, the Blackout Tips listeners against him, I'm definitely testifying on behalf of the listeners.
Here is the evidence.
Right. Let me know what episode y'all want to hear the evidence from.
There's plenty of them.
5 comments on YouTube. Let's see what we got over here. Michael was so famous he physically changed himself into an entirely different person and we just accepted it like, yeah, this totally makes sense. This is okay, says JJ. Sharon says Bomani's Foolishness Friday intro, a bunch of laughing emojis. JL Covan says not to come with the white people news, but is Beyonce even the most famous modern example? Taylor Swift's tour was changing local and international economies. Paul McCartney, probably the only living entertainer to have experienced MJ level, but obviously decades earlier. On the flip side, I am the anti-MJ. I faint with anger at how bad the support of my fans is.
Oh, Lord. That's hilarious.
And I replied because I did think about Taylor Swift when we had our conversation about Beyonce and Michael Jackson. And I came away, the reason I didn't say Taylor Swift, and y'all know I would have said it if I thought it so, is that I think Taylor Swift's big problem is that she has basically no traction in places where there are black people, and Beyonce literally made Black is King and had all these crossovers with like the African diaspora. I think everywhere there's brown people on this planet, they know of Beyonce in a way that I think Taylor Swift stuff is very germane to a certain white lady genteel experience, and that's not me denigrating her. I think artists should do what they know and do what they do. I don't think there's anything wrong with super serving the audience of, you know, liberal white women or whatever the fuck it is in America. But I think when we hear about the economic impact of Taylor Swift and Beyonce, because we heard about both, the economic of Beyonce extends to even the black community. Like there's black fashion boutiques, there's black vendors and stuff that can get into the mix in a way that Taylor Swift can't do. And of course, though, because entertainment in America flows through the channels and the rivers and the treaties of whiteness, is like Beyonce stuff has to go through that too. So like it's the hotels that, you know, are going to get, if those don't go to the black community, but the hotels are full for Taylor and they're full for Beyonce.
Agreed.
So then you look, so that's even to me. Then you go, okay, but what about the black fashion boutiques for Taylor Swift? Nothing's going to be happening that weekend. But for Beyonce, there's a whole other black economy that's buoyed by her tours. So that's what I would guess, but I don't have the numbers. Those are just that. I just wanted Jail to know. I did think about Taylor Swift and was like, oh no, if even in this case, it would be Beyonce. And I feel like if Beyonce isn't MJ, no one's ever going to be MJ.
I 100%
and I'm okay
agree.
with that. Like it's not,
we'll never have another one. It was more of a comparison than anything else. And I 100% agree that they're both very talented. They're both super serve their audiences. And the thing is, in order to be as big as they are, you have to serve whiteness.
Yeah.
And so, you know, it's one of those things where, yes, they both crossed over to whiteness, but Beyonce did, like you said, I don't want to say the extra step, but it came a point where she kind of was like, you know what, I'm going to flow more into the blackness.
And I think what's so interesting about Michael Jackson, and, you know, y'all can feel how y'all want to feel about it, but when he was alive, he was not necessarily super serving blackness in the way Beyonce does.
No.
Like Beyonce really heavily leans into I'm black. This is a black experience. I'm speaking for black people. I'm speaking to black people.
Some of the white people turned because of that.
Yeah, and that's a turn that MJ never really made until like the very fucking end after he was accused of all that stuff. And so I don't know, like the fruit of Islam showed up way too late in his life for me to feel like he was, and it wasn't like I felt like it was not super serving us in the way that Beyonce does. So I wonder if the black economy is buoyed to Michael. I think it might be more buoyed to Beyonce than it is to Michael. Meaning, when Mike showed up to town, yes, black people was having fun and dressing and all that shit. But I feel like this, like the black community is the place to go to tap into what's gonna be popping this weekend. I don't know if MJ had that as much because he wasn't, you know, he was so huge that it was like he was everybody's to some extent.
Yeah, I don't know about all her tours, but I do know the Renaissance tour, and particularly the Cowboy Carter tour, when she would go around from city to city. A lot of people who made like black specific, like cowboy, like they, a lot of them was like, my business was just booming for ever since they announced the date. Like they would actually say, hey,
people would show in the town, be like, let's frequent the black restaurants. Like it was just, she has a different level of thing. And like I said, and that's not to denigrate Taylor Swift. This ain't even a podcast for shitting on Taylor Swift like that.
No,
I know
not.
People think that's just like a fun pastime, but I really think she seems like a pretty good person.
Right. She has her lane.
And and then white women love her and support her, but it's just not the same. Ray is incredible live, says Hill Shun. I recently saw her concert in Dallas. She's written for Beyonce and others, so there's a chance that you're a Ray fan and don't know it. Oh yeah, I could be. Absolutely.
Agreed.
Shout out to Ray. And then on Spotify, let's see if we got any comments over here. We got 2. BB87 says Karen's at 132 had me cackling. Y'all keep on giving genuine conversations on your podcast. Thank you.
My responses be in real time, y'all. I don't even know what I'm gonna say half the time.
Cheyenne New says, as a recipient of the Black Friday Scholarship, I want to double down on that thank you because once again, we had several members who sent us $100 for the year premium on Patreon, and I passed it along to other members who were like, hey, can I get this scholarship? And then I doubled it, meaning then for every one that someone donated, I gave out 2. And we still have people in the queue that didn't get one. But you know, everyone that at the start that asked has been taken care of. But anytime somebody wants to do $100 and I give out 2 people free Patreons, I'll do it. I'll just keep that in perpetuity, and y'all let if y'all don't want to do it, that's fine too. It's no pressure either way. I had a membership previously, but after working part-time and then unemployed for 6 months, I couldn't afford my favorite people. Crying emoji. Rod, Karen, or Beyonce. So being able to listen to the pregame again has reinvigorated my hope in humanity. And then Justin exposes the game theory of professionalism when petty. I love the podcast. Appreciate you all. Yeah, we have stuff behind the paywall every week. Even this week when we took off from the regular show, there was still some paywall stuff. We did a movie review for The Mandalorian and Grogu. We did pregame and Balls Deep, and we did the Nerd Off. So we worked this week, even if you in the normal, regular, everyday feed didn't get to see the fruits of that labor.
Agreed.
But you can always join theblackouttips.com/premium, or you can go to Patreon/theblackouttips and sign up. The links are in the show notes. And we're always working over there. There's always stuff for you to listen to. And there's 2 levels on the Patreon. One is just a tip, where you get an extra bonus episode of our choosing from behind the paywall every week. Could be a movie review, could be pregame, Balls Deep, the Nerd Off, whatever, for Lip Smacking Good. And then there's the full $15 a month where you get all the behind the scenes stuff. So thank y'all. It helps float us. It helps keep us financially stable and able to make this thing a living because of you.
It does. And for those of you that Patreon has a free follow, how you can just follow. And I think about once a month we put out something just for those people. But it's older.
Let's see. Then on the Patreon, let's see if there's any comments over here. We got 2. Chiefs Spawn says, Chiefs Fawn, maybe Chiefs fan, says the Blackout Tip spitting knowledge about the misplaced call to action regarding the response to gutting the Voting Rights Act. It's not the responsibility of the kids who are seizing the opportunity to better their situation. We need to act collectively. Stop watching. Vote every damn time. It will take sacrifice, but it worked for our ancestors. Montgomery bus boycott hit them where it hurts, but it was a sacrifice. Yeah, I have very deep thoughts about the idea of the NAACP coming in and being like, kids don't go to the SEC schools because of the Voting Rights Act. I think is best exemplified by the conversation that Bomani and Joel had on Bomani's podcast. Joel Anderson, who's been on the show, of course, Bomani Jones has been on the show. Go check out that episode of The Right Time with Bomani Jones. I'm pretty much in a lockstep with Bomani on this. I appreciate the sentiment and I understand the anger and the outrage, but if you're not serious about a plan to support those kids through this, I think you're just mad and you're offloading your responsibility to the kids. And I think honestly, in true solidarity, because the ultimate thing is I think people don't want to admit that they're addicted to these sports and they want to watch them and they make excuses and all this stuff. I think if there was ultimate solidarity with those kids, I think every media person, every black person who is pushing for them not to go to those schools should boycott watching those programs or discussing those programs, period. I don't think there should be any excuse. I don't care if you also can be negative and scathing when you talk about them. It's not enough because you are eventually going to talk about the football. And once you start talking about the football, which is basically how they sports wash the racism of the South in the SEC, once you talk about the football, part of the racial criticism has to go away because racial criticism has nothing to do with 4th and 2. It has nothing to do with that spectacular Hail Mary. It has nothing to do with the 40-point win and the standings of who's going to make the college playoff, which you are going to watch. So I think I could get behind this idea if they said, hey, we are all abandoning it. And in addition to abandoning it, the money we were giving to these schools for tickets, the money we were giving to these school programs to watch their games and the advertisers and the tailgates, we're taking that money, we're consolidating it, and we're distributing amongst the kids that we have asked to not go, who decided to take us up on that.
Right.
And I don't want to hear any excuses of like, well, they can go to another school and get another scholarship. No, you have to make them whole. That is the point. That's what an actual boycott is. The boycott for Montgomery bus is also we're driving people to work.
Yes, they
It
did.
wasn't just a, man, don't get on the bus. It was also like a plan and a strategy.
Yeah,
And
they was like, you have a car, I don't. You pick up these 8 people, take them back and forth to work and shit like that. It wasn't nothing. It was like, they was like, don't ride the bus, but you get to work however you can. That was not happening.
And I do get the anger because I'm angry too, and I don't think it's coming back. And for the record, I don't really watch college football.
Me either.
So just like this ain't even a faux pas on my part.
Nope.
I don't watch it, and I've been very open about why I don't watch college football in general since we started this show. I had an epiphany maybe 10, 15 years ago at this point where I was like, I just don't feel like I'm rooting for the same thing as many college fans who watch college sports. When I'm in that thing and the way they talk and about those black kids that are on the court, it is not of love and community and family. It's something different, and I don't like it. It makes me feel bad. I don't mind when it's professional athletes, 'cause at least they're getting paid professionally.
Agreed.
But even with the NIL deals and all that stuff in college, the paternalistic, but also ostracization and all this other stuff these kids deal with, I don't like it. So that's me, and I've been like that for a long time. But just in general, I think everybody should take a breath and be like, okay, we can do this. I think it is possible, but it needs to start with the kids who are 13 today, not with the kids who are 17 and signed a commitment letter last year.
Right.
That's a ridiculous thing to ask anybody, period. And it's not about because they don't want to sacrifice. It's just you don't want to sacrifice. You want to keep watching. You want to keep commenting. You want to keep covering it, but you don't want to give it up. Give it up like you're asking them to give it up. And now I'm with you. If everybody is down to give it up, then then I feel like that's an actual movement. I don't even know what I would do if Black Sports Podcast was like, yeah, we just don't talk about the SEC. I would love it. Like, I would be like, oh, good. Y'all are putting something, because this is going to hurt you. You like people that tune in to be like, what's going on with sports, especially SEC football. If you cover football and you like, we just don't talk about them because they racist and people can't vote. And when they get the districts back, we'll talk about Alabama and LSU and Mississippi State.
Yeah, these are the largest universities, right?
That would be revolutionary, and you would be putting your job on the line to do that. And ain't nobody trying to do that. We want the kids to put their shit on the line and not them.
Right.
That's my feelings on it. But
I 100% agree. It's like you rather individuals suffer than to have the group collectively suffer.
Yeah, just make a plan for the kids. That's all. It seems simple. And it doesn't matter if you say like, well, I'm down for that. Are you doing the work?
Right.
Because you're not. What you're doing is admonishing the kids for not just taking it upon themselves by themselves. Support them kids. Make it real to them kids. You know, I was talking about Monty. He made a great point. He's like, if you're 17, you haven't even voted yet.
Nope.
You don't even know what's being given up.
No.
You don't, like, we're trying to make a 17-year-old have the conscience of a 45-year-old with no in-between steps. Just, hey, man, you were 17 yesterday, but today you were revolutionary because I decided, because I'm upset.
No.
Yeah, but I like I said, I'd love to see everyone divest from it, you know? When people say stuff like, man, they should just go to HBCUs. Are you giving your money to HBCUs? Are you attending HBCU games? Are you doing that work?
Right.
Let's do that labor then. What if we took all the money we give in our private sectors to SEC, and so instead of the NAACP holding a press conference, they were holding community meetings and saying, hey man, let's pool the money together, give it to Johnson C. Smith, and make sure that shit is stable, and then try to get our kids, the best and brightest, to go there. Now we cooking with something. No one want to do that because it's risky. It does, and you would rather watch the more polished, broadly available football that's already on your TV. You don't got to go find a local channel to see if Johnson C. Smith playing.
Right.
You already know the SEC matchup of the week is going to be on CBS.
Right, ESPN or
ABC.
whatever.
You already know. So it's just, I just don't. I think people are, like I said, this is not disrespectful to anybody because I share the same outrage.
Right.
But if we're going to have solutions, I'm going to always be a little bit more pragmatic about the solutions, because I think outrage subsides but the problem won't go away just because y'all stop being mad. And if by the time November gets here, October gets here, y'all just covering SEC, I guarantee you it'll be a passing mention of this shit, if at all, and then it's going to be right in the X's and O's, which serves the SEC just the same as those kids going.
Agree.
Chanel says, I got my braces taken off last year and I wear retainers. I can see the difference is not just my smile, but my face shape. I'm glad I invested in my smile.
Yay.
Absolutely, girl.
And could afford to. Yay.
Yeah, I love when people get their braces and they be like, you gonna get this smile. You know, that's the best.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see. The poll was, have you ever been to Atlanta? Yes or no? 70% of our audience has been. 69% is gone. It's nice. 69. 31% no. But that's a lot. I mean, that's a pretty high percentage. That's got to be up there with New York and Las Vegas and shit.
Yeah, Atlanta is even if you go nowhere else in Georgia, for most people they go to Atlanta, because it's called basically the black Mecca of the South. And because you know how we are, a lot of people have family members down there and relatives, depending on where you are, that's down there that they probably went to go visit when they were children and things like that. Or some people physically, move down there for job opportunities or whatever. It's a lot of Negroes down there. So yes, I can see that.
I think also because our audience has a lot of black people in it, and Atlanta's like a very big black Mecca, black city. So I think that makes sense. All right, let's go to the next segment, but first, a break.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated. This is just a commercial break. Relax, sit back, enjoy. This is just a commercial break. Not get the break.
All right, last episode of, last episode, the 3267, the Great Hood Break Off. We had 7 comments on this on our website. Sean says, that was hilarious. That being said, the guy who tried to skip to the front of the line for Pokemon cards was kind of weird. I mean, burglary seems very inflated for stealing a place in line. It wasn't burglary. It was I forget what the charge, but it was like attempted burglary or some shit.
Because you were basically in the store when you weren't supposed to be there. So as far as they're concerned, you could have stole anything. How were we supposed to know you were in here? So we just gonna charge you for attempted burglary because your ass was in this building when you should not have been.
Yeah, it's crazy out here, man. There was a different man that we'll cover on Guest the Race, I believe, but he tried to use a chainsaw to steal $12,000 of Pokemon cards. Like, these motherfuckers pressed for these Pokemons, dog. Mm-hmm. I'm glad I never got into this. I don't think I can handle this level of competition.
Right, it's serious too.
Yeah, but yeah, the dude that snuck in, I mean, he was planning to. Honestly, Sean, I'm gonna go all the way with it. I think even what he planned to do was burglary, because if I waited in line like I was supposed to and followed the rules
on the outside of the store,
you somehow got in there to get ahead of me. Yeah, you stole, dog. That's fucked up. And I'm not saying he got to do life in prison, but yeah, there should be a penalty for that, because that's not okay.
Right.
I think I'm a pretty calm person. But there's times that me and Karen have wanted something and we decided to do, like when we got our Hornets Summer League championship shirts. Absolutely, if somebody would have somehow stolen our place in line, I feel like that's fucked up, and there should be a penalty for that. Mm-hmm. I'm not the most punitive person. Like, I don't know, this prison, it could be a fine. Mm-hmm. It could just a perk walk of going to jail, and then they let you out free.
Yes, community service, something like some type of consequence.
Something should happen. I don't know what it is, but they didn't say they were gonna lash the nigga, so he'll be all right.
10 thrashings.
Aunt Pruitt says, thanks for this interview. I never thought I'd try that show out. Some cooking competitions are just boring to me, and the Ramses one are a bit of a trope to me. Yeah, because this is the episode we had Nick Jew and we had Tayrell on, and we talked about the Great British Bake Off. Also, I wanted to say I'm glad I resubscribed to your show. Oh, I didn't know you had unsubscribed, Aunt. So now this is awkward, okay? Because where the hell were you? I listened. I knew there was one listen missing. I was.
It was one
I just
less.
didn't know who it was. I was looking at the numbers every week, and I was like,
you felt it in your soul.
"We won off." Where's
One
Ant?
off.
Anybody seen Ant lately?
The numbers is down.
I listened long ago and went away. Back now and enjoy the mindless chatter in this world. We're not mindless. The mindless chatter in this world of chaos and misinformation. I'm just joking, guys. I'm not being serious. I'm not being serious. Ant, don't leave again, Ant. You know you're sensitive.
Don't run off, please don't.
We know you sensitive. These are jokes. But when you leave and you tell us you left, I got to joke you. Pretty tiring being on guard with regards to information or content we consume for pleasure. Would have been cool to link up with y'all years ago before we moved to California. We used to live in the Gas Vegas. What's Gas
Gastonia.
Vegas? Is that Gastonia?
I'm assuming that's the gas.
He put
house.
Gas Vegas.
Must be for Las Vegas.
Maybe it meant
then.
Las Vegas and
Must
it just
be.
spelled it differently. Be well. Thanks, buddy.
Thank you.
Maybe they call Gastonia Gas Vegas. Is that a thing?
I don't know because I know
about
they
to
call
look
it
it
the
up.
gas house.
Gas Vegas. Nope. This is only bringing up Las Vegas.
Okay, well then that must be
Yeah.
the name for. I've never heard.
Never. I don't know. Maybe it was, yeah. Anyway. Rona Raphael says, every time I HR5, and he says, every time I heard, is that seed? And then I guess his computer wasn't working because none of that makes sense. Evie,
The AI finally took him down.
it just cut him off.
We know that Ronan Raphael is not a real person, y'all.
I don't know what just happened. The 00110. Evie says, it's good to hear.
Control Alt Delete. Ronan.
Evie said, yeah, you got a virus. Evie
Right.
says, it's good to hear Nicole on the show again. She should pop up more often. I agree. I don't know what's wrong with her. She's always welcome. I love cooking shows, although I never understood how people would let Gordon Ramsay speak to them any kind of way without punching him in his face. That's the part that gets me. And I'm not a violent person, but everyone got a limit. And some of them shows, whole purpose is to push you past the limit of respect. And I don't know. I think about that a lot. I'm not, like I said, I'm not a violent person, but there's certain things that I'm like, how did no one get punched? You know what I mean? Like, I think about that when I watch basketball sometimes. If somebody does something flagrantly wild, and I'm like, it's surprising that hadn't happened before now. Like, all you did was get an elbow? Damn, y'all. Yeah, if a normal person was at work and everybody just kept yanking on them and the ref wouldn't call it, someone getting punched.
Yeah, they was snapping. Also, I was excited. I think sometimes the culture is designed a certain way because you have to think when you're in like the cooking culture, there's always somebody over you. You have to show them forms of respect. You're like, you don't.
Yeah, but I think also it's a TV show.
Okay, right.
And even in some of these shows, they make it a point to go get like people that's never cooked before or whatever, like people that's not chefs.
That's true.
It's just weird. I'm not saying it should happen. It's just interesting it doesn't happen because, you know, rules are all basically fake. And until
somebody
if Gordon
decides,
Ramsay
fuck
is
it.
slapping bread upside your side of your head, I get it if you just punch him in his motherfucking face. Because like whatever I signed up for, touching me wasn't part of it.
Agreed.
And yeah, it makes great TV, but you also know what make great TV? Me punching your motherfucking face. Make that go viral. So anyway, I don't sign up for shit like that. And I'm not violent. I would prefer I'd leave a situation before I let somebody hopefully get me out of my zone like that.
Agreed.
But like when I worked at Game Theory, if like if we had some tyrant of a boss who was constantly disrespecting us, I'd leave before I would deal with. I'm not dealing with that every day.
Agreed.
Like I have to have some respect for. I can't respect myself when I come home if I let you treat me like this. But maybe they're so in on it or some, I don't know. It's a TV show. It's a product.
Right.
Maybe there's like multiple takes. Maybe maybe the person's in on it too. Where it's like, yeah, you should maybe slap the bread on my face, and that'll be a good one.
Yeah,
I don't
they're
know.
willing to do whatever it takes to be on the show too, because you know it's a two-way street on that.
Exactly, and it's always weird because when Gordon Ramsay does the one with the kids, he's nice as fuck, so he don't have to be like that.
Yeah, you better be nice to those children.
It could not be me. I wish he would. I would shove his beef Wellington right up his ass. AJ Martin says the Great British Baking Show is my favorite cooking show. I have watched the show since its inception, and contestants face 3 cooking challenges: a signature bake, a technical challenge, and a showstopper. I remember the contestant from the first season who threw his dessert, a baked Alaska, in the bin, despite the host trying to convince him that it could be salvaged, and he was eliminated from the baking tent. I would recommend this show because the competition is not as intense as other cooking shows. You can watch seasons 5 through 13 currently on Netflix. That sounds like a AI description trying to get me to watch it. What's funny is I like food shows and cooking shows. I just don't like competition in general. And so I typically gravitate towards like, hey, it's street vendors in Japan.
Yeah.
We just gonna walk down the street, look at some street vendors. Hey, I'm trying food in Mexico. Here's all the
Yes.
such and such. Like I'm into that more.
Yeah, that's fun. I think one of your favorite cooking shows, I don't even think it come on no more, was that he was a single man and he would like actually do a lot of seafood.
Oh, Fish the Dish.
Yes, I loved him too. He was really
That was
relaxing.
amazing show. That's one of my favorite shows. And then I also like what was this other one? It wasn't a competition. It was not Andrew Zimmerman.
I enjoyed him.
And I know, and it's not the one y'all think about, the dude that died by suicide. It was it was Jon Favreau. Jon Favreau had a show where he just go visit his famous cooking chef friends and shit, and then they cook something in the kitchen that was their specialty.
Oh, I bet you
And
that was awesome.
that was cool too, because like he would go from like, here's how they catch the clams to here's how they eat them and da-da-da-da. And I just thought it was cool. And so yeah, I like those kind of shows more than the actual like competition of shows. And I don't know why competition in that type of environment gives me a type of anxiety that I don't get anywhere else. Because I watch sports competitions all the time. Someone getting eliminated, someone got to go home. But I think food feels so arbitrary. I don't know why, but yeah. Rona Raphael says, third time's a charm. Pardon the error comments. Typing in a time machine can be, or man, just washed. I was just trying to say that every time I heard "Is it cake?" I'd be thinking about the show on Netflix that my kids made me watch. People got real talent for real. I can't judge them shows because I just be like, God damn, all the time. Don't cut that work of art too pretty.
Right.
Another fun episode. Thanks, Rona Raphael.
I could see that a lot. Like I said, it's for me. I don't watch because I don't watch as much Food Network as I used to. So I don't watch as many food competition shows, as I used to. But there are some, and I guess it would have to be the right one that would be entertaining for me. Most of them, most of those I skip.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's go to YouTube. Absurd Spoonful said, we got 9 comments. I'm so proud of Nick for working the Alicia Keys slander into this episode. And then replied to themselves and said, and Rod with the assist. Absolutely. Okay. I knew Nick Jew wanted to get that off, so I had to make sure that I threw the alley-oop. Because, she got to get it out, her system. And that's between them. When they see each other and they got to square up like Highlanders, I get it. But be careful, okay? Nick Jew been working out and shit. She in shape.
Come on.
She might throw them hands more than you want, Alicia. Your mama to you says, I'm so happy to see Nick again. I know of her from the What's the Tea podcast with Reg, and I still have my 2 What's the Tea hoodies and tank with the closing line. This is the day the Lord made, but not the day for you to try it. While I still miss the impromptu songs with Nick and Reg, I'll have to give a listen to KP because Nick is cool as fuck, and I'm sure her new co-host is lovely too. Absolutely. And shout out to Stays Crunchy and Milk. I think they got one more episode and they're done.
Yeah, they've been around for a very long time, and but I get it. Life be life in and stuff like that, and you have to get to the point where you go, okay, it's time to move on and do other things.
Yeah, and I know Reggie, I follow him on Instagram still, and he's just always doing some shit. I can't imagine how hard it was to keep that schedule and the podcast schedule.
Every time he done got another award, he directed this and over this. I'm like, ooh, child.
I love What's the Tea as well. And,
Me too.
Was a staunch listener. Rhea says, the way I go up for Nick Jew, you would think I know this woman personally. Nick is so quick-witted, cool, funny, and smart. One question, is it possible that Tyrell is hating ass Tyrell from back in the day? Open your third eye. I don't think so. Because I feel like hating ass Tyrell I don't think that was an act. And I don't think he would be able to cover it up. I feel like if we did an hour and a half, 2-hour podcast with hating ass Tyrell, it would jump out. And Tyrell seems like a very nice, sweet person. And I think, and not saying he can't have the evil inside, we all have it, but I think in the way that hating ass Tyrell had it,
oh man, hate.
yeah, they don't make them like that.
No, they don't. Not no more.
Shout out to Tay Rail from Warren, Ohio, where to represent, says Mickey's Big Mouth. By the way, Rod, Reddit is diabolically kind of evil. I once opened an account and closed it inside of 3 months. Just a bunch of miserable ass clowns, in my opinion. Great show as always, 5 stars. Thank you, Mickey's Big Mouth. And yeah, like I said, man, I know it just sounds like super horned up and pervy to all y'all, but I'm not joking. I really do think I found the healthiest way to use Reddit, and that's just looking at titties and stuff. It's just better.
Yeah.
Because every time I delve into a regular Reddit that's just about fans of a show,
everybody hates it.
It just does not take long before it's like, damn, do y'all even like this?
Right.
Like, you can get more ammo on what not to like than what to like when you go to these fucking Reddits. It's crazy.
And it don't matter what it is. It could be a car. It could be sports. It could be anything.
Yeah.
You will find out what the fuck is wrong with that car because everybody will tell you the experiences that
Because
they had.
my cookies is on, so my Reddit does adjust to my internet perusing. So like when we got a Nissan Rogue, it was like, here's all the Nissan Rogue forums. And everything is like, so I was getting in my car and it exploded and killed everybody. Is that good? I hate this car. Right. And I was just like, I don't need to know everything wrong with my car.
No.
And I'm like, so I would hit the button like, don't show me this again. Then the next day, whatever else I was into. The only thing that really seems like people appreciate over there is nudity and porn. So like everything else is like when it's never like, hey, you're in big black areolas or whatever. And it's like, man, you know what I hate? Titties. No, everybody is on board. Thumbs up. Whose titties is these?
Who is she?
That's it.
It's the number one question on all of them. Who is she?
That's it.
Who are they?
I would like to see more of her. Lovely. That is a lovely butt. Like, that's it. Keep it positive.
Very positive community.
Do I leave comments?
No.
But I'm glad that they are positive over there. Rev TT Kim says, I'm sure I've said this before, but this is one of my favorite episodes. Nick is so right about Paul. He is not unattractive. And the Hollywood handshake has brought tears to my eyes. Great British is such a good show, and Allison is a gift. I'm a couple of episodes behind because I need to give my emotions a breather. About Reddit, the Manjaro Type 2 subs and some other subs like Gardening and Queer Lit are some of my safe spaces. Thanks for introducing me to some great hosts of another podcast. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Glad. That's the whole purpose of having people on.
Yeah, that is. And the person that was talking about Nick Jew, yeah, I love Nick Jew. Nick Jew is one of my favorite people in the world. There's very, very, very few people that I'm willing to put my dukes up, and they even might take a lick or two for you. Very few people. Most people I'm going to call the police and tell them to come help you. But she's one of the few people I'll take a lick for.
She wouldn't even do that for me, apparently. So, congratulations.
I said few people. You in that group. I hope
nah,
you know
you
that.
always be talking about how you would run and I ain't the ride or die and I'm not going to help and you going to get in that by yourself.
I figured out you can handle it on your own, son.
Right.
We both can't be knocked out. Who gonna call the police?
Right. See all the excuses, but Nick Jew should take a bullet for it. Okay. I see what it is.
We both can't go down.
But you and Nick Jew both can't go down, but you was willing to go down for Nick Jew. I just noticed what you're saying. It's all I'm doing is listening.
I figured out you can take care of yourself.
Right. Gina says, I've been meaning to watch the Great British Baking Show, and this might be my entry into that world. I've been hoping to perfect my cheddar bacon scone recipe. Also, this aside about VR and Nintendo made me realize even more I'm old. I miss the Wii. Delightful guest and fun show as always. PDR HH9DB left 2 comments. I used to live on an American Indian reservation in Arizona and had classmates with the last name Bahe, which is pronounced Bahi. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
With ba as in bah humbug and he as in he, she, it. As far as the getaway attempt, probably not in hubris. If going by stereotypes, maybe the woman was blackout drunk or high and didn't realize she killed the guy. If not inebriated, he could have insulted her to the point where she lost control and went into a blind rage, then later realized what happened. I don't know what her story gonna be, but that's you should be her lawyer because that's some like snapped lawyer and
yes, it is.
They just like, I don't know, maybe he was the real bad guy and he had to die after she catfished him and stole his car and ran over him. Like, because did you forget those details in the story that she catfished him, somehow got his car, rode over him and killed him, and then drove 150 miles away? you be a hell of a defense attorney, because me looking at that scenario, I'm like, well, she guilty as fuck. How much time we talking about? They also left a comment: in the early 1980s and 1990s and early 2000, 2016, 2018, I regularly visited Venice Beach because either I live walking distance to it or I go for an excursion. It's hard to describe, but surprisingly, some aspects have been the same since the 1980s. It's a tourist spot, so daytime is generally safe, but dusk through dawn can be dangerous because maybe about half of the homeless in the area abuse drugs and alcohol. Plus, some seem schizophrenic. Also, certain side streets, alleys have homeless or drug activity any time of the day. Overall, I consider Venice a safe area because property value has skyrocketed since 1994 and priced out all the house riffraff. Meaning the ones that used to occupy the area when they were cheap, dilapidated housing. All right, well, thanks for the census on that one. Let's go
Learning something new every day.
All right, we got 4 comments.
It was like, y'all gonna get this education.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I didn't know we were so deep into the Venice.
The Venice knowledge.
I thought we mentioned it in passing, but appreciate it. Comments on Spotify. JB says, Nick Jew did not disappoint. I was waiting for an Alicia Keys comment. Oh man, listen, set your watch by it. Jay Damo says, good to hear Nick Jew and to know that she has another podcast. I miss What's the Tea with her and Reggie. Same. Mucho Mama says, I was waiting to see if Rod would ever mention Nature Boy. I've been hooked on the YouTube documentary. My ears perked up when you said it. Thoughts, LOL? Also, I braved LA traffic to go see y'all when y'all came out to Orange County. Thank you, Mucho Mama. And I gave my thoughts on it on the pregame behind the paywall. And I feel like I talked about it somewhere else, but I can't remember where else I talked about it.
Yeah, because you talked about how you seen the Hulu. And,
oh, yeah, it was on the pregame. I did it twice. The last 2 pregames, I talked about watching that documentary. My girl, Miss Smart, forever the mess peddler that she is. Shout out to Detroit. What up, though? She tried to get me and Justin to watch. Literally, I'm not joking. This is not exaggeration.
A lot of videos.
She tried to get us to watch some YouTube channel that had like something like 40 half hours of Nature Boy and his downfall. And I'm sorry, I know it's better. You're right. I'm wrong.
Yeah, you're probably getting all types of details.
But I am not investing 20 hours of my life in this man's cult. I'm going to just take the 4 episodes of Hulu.
and
you know what? Good enough. I saw enough in the Hulu to be like, lock this nigga up forever. What's the YouTube going to do? Make me be like, double lock him up forever? I'm already...
Not double.
You already won me over into the like, keep him away from the community. So I don't have any further I can go down that path. So we just going to lock it up there. And I'm going to use the rest of my 20 hours to play video games. Watch TV shows, catch up on Man on Fire, that kind of stuff. Let's see. Any comments on Patreon for this? Let me see if we have any. One. Soul Power says, all love to Sister Nicole and Brother Tyrell. Infinite blessings to Rod and Karen. Thank you, Soul Power.
Thank you, baby.
And the poll for this episode was... Have you ever watched those Bake Off shows? Yes or no? 53% of our audience have watched them.
The Bake Off show? No.
British Bake Off, American Bake Off? I haven't either.
I have not seen... I've seen other shows, but that specific one, I've heard about it for years, but I've never actually sat down and watched.
But how popular must those shows be that over half our audience have watched them?
Very popular.
Like, that's why I said, man, you never know. Like, that show that they're doing, the fact that they've gained traction with the actual, like, people that work at the Bake Off companies, I mean, you never know what blows up, and you never know what gets you access and stuff. You know, watching like Frankie the Fanboy Fighter become like a host of all this DC stuff and WB stuff.
Right.
It's been amazing to watch because you just never know. But which is why you got to just stay ready and stay in your purpose and also have fun with it. Like, do it because it's fun and you never know what'll pop up. But yeah, that's super dope. And I had no idea the fan base was this big. One more break and then we'll actually do one behind the paywall comments on the Atlanta show that we put for premium listeners. But first, a break. That was Magnetic Soul by Infrared Crypto. Oh no, Majestic Soul by Infrared Crypto. All right, let's get into the final episode. For those who were behind the paywall, okay, so if you weren't behind the paywall, you can get this Atlanta live show audio with Bomani Jones, where we put us and then the Bomani stuff.
That show was fun. Thank you so. I know we said it before, but thank you so much. I know we said on like the pregame and all that stuff, but thank you so much for everybody that came out and everybody that supported and all that type of stuff. It meant a lot to us for you guys to show up and show out and let us know you were there and see people again and see people for the first time. And it was one dude, didn't he come from like Ohio, like Cleveland? He drove like far away to come and see us. Like, so shout out to y'all.
It was 13 and a half hours. I want to say he said Oklahoma.
Oklahoma, that's what it was.
I think it was Oklahoma or something like that, but I can't remember off the top of my head now. But yeah, it was amazing, humbling, a great experience, seeing everybody's faces, seeing people in person, meeting some people for the first time, hearing everybody's stories at the meet and greet, then getting to do our thing live with the audience, some of them singing the songs as we got the segments, because we didn't have our segment music with us. We had to do it off the dome.
Acapella.
And, then having Bomani come on, and then I got to sit down and do like the kind of like an impromptu Bomani Jones podcast, and we sat up there and talked about music and life, and then he answered Q&As. Dimitri Ravenos was such a great organizer for this thing.
Yeah, and shout out to the sound dudes. They were great.
The sound people were very professional.
Yeah, I work with them anytime again.
Dimitri was even like, if y'all want to do a show in the Raleigh-Durham area later on in this year at some point, I'm gonna reach out to you and see maybe we could do something up there. I don't know what our fan base is like in that area. I do know a couple people that live there, but you don't know till you try.
Right.
But yeah, so it was just an A+ thing. Our fans, Karen Hunter fans, Bomani Jones fans, all these people that came from these different walks of life that we kind of brought together. And because the fan bases are such great people, because the host of those shows are such great people, we had a great experience because everybody was there, got it. No one was heckling. No one was was drunk and trying to like disrupt the show. Nobody was disrespectful. Some of the people that came out, it was just like, people we hadn't seen in years. Some people we only got to see in real life for the first time, like Zuri, the woman who came on, who was an intimacy coordinator. We got to meet her in person for real.
It was really great to meet her.
Deepam, who we've known for years and only got to hang out in real life when we were in DC for NegroCon and AwesomeCon.
That's you?
For some reason my phone thought I said something to it. But we got to see him again, like Brent, who used to call the show all the time. Now he's got like 3 babies. He's married. He's a grown, busy man. But sitting down, talking and chopping shit up, I think it's just important, especially like in a day and age where everything's so digital and people are so disposable. It feels good to see real people have real interactions and be human in a room together in a way that I just feel like, we're losing a lot of this stuff. And I'm always thankful and grateful when we can do a live show because not every show can do it. Not everybody gonna show up. And we did a good job packing that place out. Like I put this stuff on our Instagram, and when you see like the crowd, it's a good sized crowd. And when you see the fun we had and all the pictures we took, I mean, it's just such a beautiful moment, and I'm glad we got to experience it. And thank you to everybody who was a part of it. Thank you to everyone who spread the word, those who bought tickets, those who the person that bought a ticket for me to give to another person, all those people. Thank you so much. All right, so we had 2 comments on it because I posted it on our website and I posted it on our Patreon. No comments on the Patreon, but on our website we got 2. Pamela M8 says, I'm listening to the show now and enjoying the Blackout Tip sampler, just a taste. Yeah, we had to give them just a taste. We didn't have 2 hours. We still went over our time, but I thought we moved along appropriately and had a good time. And if you hadn't heard of the show and you heard of it first there and you heard what we did, so many people left and they were like, I gotta check y'all out. Yeah. I didn't even know y'all did. This is amazing.
Yeah, this is amazing. Y'all existed. A lot of people's like, y'all did a good job.
Yeah.
You know, because it's more of them, more of the crowd heard about us through Bo, like basically through Roderick. And so for some of them, you know, they may even been heard us for the first time.
Yeah, I think like that's the goal. There were people that heard Bo for the first time there. There were people that heard us for the first time there. And honestly, the only thing I didn't see was somebody who was like, I actually didn't even hear both either of y'all. I just showed up because it was tickets out here. But yeah, it was dope that people were able to do get introduced like one way or the other, and obviously more through Bo than us. But that walked out like, I'm gonna check that out. Even people that came up were like, hey, I didn't know Bomani was this funny. I thought he was like a serious sports dude. I was like, no, he's hilarious.
He is hilarious.
He's also a serious sports dude, but he's hilarious. And if you fuck with our vibe, you should be able to fuck with him.
Yes.
So yeah, it was just great, and it's good to see Bo and all that stuff as well. David Dennis showed up for those of y'all that know sports stuff. That was cool to see him in person. I've only talked to him via the internet all this time. And I was a little surprised because he knew who I was, and I know we follow each other on Twitter, but that doesn't necessarily mean people are checking for you.
Right.
You know, there's all kinds of people follow each other on Twitter. They mute it. They don't, they never reply.
Right.
And so, yeah, I just thought that was cool, man. And so it was nice talking to all those people, man. And the city was lovely. Our hotel was cool. Like all that stuff was dope. If you want to hear detail blow by blow, check out the pregame episode we did this week, behind the paywall.
Oh, yeah, we talked to Justin about it.
Because we talked to Justin in detail about it. And, you know, I think that was like super fun. So if you guys want to check that out, it's called Pregame 494 Ho-Hos and Different Area Codes. Because I talked about how when I travel, I do cheat on my diet. That's the only time I really be out here cheating.
Right, because I'm like, we traveling, so hey.
But, you know, I'm like Ludacris. I got ho-hos in different area codes.
Yeah, we try different
area codes.
Sometimes we stop at the gas stations, and it's kind of fun when you stop at gas stations kind of outside of your city realm, because there have been places where I be like, oh, this bag of chip was made in this county. I've never heard of this brand in my life.
Yeah, I like stopping at gas stations and trying shit when I'm on the road. And it's not always, it's hit or miss. I had some terrible snacks on the way back. I had lemon meringue M&Ms. They were terrible.
They were not good.
I had a toasted coconut Dr. Pepper, also terrible. And I forget the third thing I tried that was also terrible. I was like 1 for 4 on my way back.
Bun with some kind of chocolate stuff on it. That wasn't good.
Yeah, maybe that was it. I just remember I was 1 for 4. Because the one thing that was good, I got some M&M, something type of bark, where it's like M&M's stuck in a cookie or something. That shit was good.
It was crunchy. It was delicious.
Canuck Dude says, I appreciate y'all for putting this up. I wanted to make the trek from where I am to Atlanta, but those flight prices were not cooperating. Hope y'all and Bo link up again. I'll plan accordingly. Yeah, I hope so too, man. I mean, I think that's the thing. Bo does things like this every once in a while. I know in New York he has like a curated experience, and him and the New York homies link up and do stuff. But anytime he ever wants to do anything down this area with us or wherever, I'm always gonna be down for it.
Me too.
Just because, you know, that's my man. And
we love Bo.
You know, there was like a discussion that happened, you know, before that was just kind of like, do you want to do this? It's okay if you don't, because neither one of us is like a force the vibes type of person. It's like, hey, I only want you there if you really want to do it. And if you don't, there's no hard feelings. There's no like, man, you really disappointed me saying no. But I was like, dude, unless there's something insane happening, I'm going to find a way to help, because to do this with you, I like working with you, but also anytime I can help, I'm going to help, because I just think it's dope to work with dope people, and that's my man. So it was just fun and rewarding, and the conversations and everything was so beautiful, man. It's truly one of those situations where you look at like, man, I know people have like huge dreams of like being rich and on TV and famous. This is one of my like dreams. Like, this is a dream night for me. Is like, we just posted up in Atlanta and we did this thing with nothing but good people, fun,
good vibes,
easy lift, great vibes. Everybody walks home and has a great time. Man, that's the life.
Yeah, and it was really, really fun. And I'm always high energy, so for people to see me, I don't want to say intense, but I can be very high energy. I'm a very happy person, and people give me energy. So it was just so much fun drawing on the energy of the people and just being there, and we got to sit and eat and talk and all that stuff. So it was really, really fun. And shout out to my girl. I was telling Roger Guy, I rewatched Fruits Basket, and I like I said, I felt bad for Poe Deepom, because me and her were talking about anime, because I wore I stopped my anime to be here shirt. So people were asking, so we started talking about animes. And me and this particular person, we were screaming and hollering, and like we were like little kids. I turned to Deep. I was like, "I'm so sorry, we so loud." He was like, "I'm not worried about y'all." So I had a ball. So thank you for everybody that came out and supported.
And the last thing on that too is, I like doing stuff like that because it actually expands the idea of what we can do with our podcast, because we're not part of some like well-oiled machine that does all the work for us. There's a lot of stuff that we only find out because we took a chance. And so finding out we have enough fans in Atlanta to do something like that, it meant something. And even if you just and the fact that it wasn't 100% buoyed by Bomani means a lot, because if we would have went out there and let's say 9 out of 10 people would have been like, I never even heard of y'all, then it's like, ooh, we don't have enough fans to do shit in Atlanta. like it's just that, it is what it is. That's how you find out. But to be able to go like, hey man, even if half these people are here for us or have heard of us, or like, yo, I'm looking forward to both of y'all, that's a lot. When we were in Vegas, there was a contingent of people that walked up to us to be like, I'm here because of y'all. And it's not an ego thing. It actually helps me feel better, because I'm like, these people took a chance on us. They spent money to get us down here. And they helped us with lodging. I don't know that they're going to make their money back, because it's, this shit is expensive and the travel is more expensive than it used to. But to know that they got something out of it, meaning hopefully there are people who stick around for this collective group of good people and go, hey man, I remember when I linked up with y'all because the Blackout Tips came down here, and now it's been 10 years later and I'm over here fucking with Pete Dominic and we going to No Kings rallies. And even though we're all slaves now, it's cool that remember when we was free for a little bit?
We had rights.
Dog, remember when we could vote? But yeah, I think that shit is just, I don't know. I hate to sound like such a hippie, but man, that's the shit that actually gives me hope and optimism in the future and in humanity, is good people linking up, going out of their way to have efforts to find each other.
Agreed. And one more thing to kind of piggyback on what you're saying, doing events like that will let you know the internet is a lie. I don't mean no harm when I say that statement. It'll let you know that everybody's not grumpy, everybody's not angry, everybody's not upset, everybody, isn't spending hours and hours and hours just denigrating everything.
Yeah.
There are people out there that actually love shit. There are people out there that actually support things and will spend their money. Like it will give you a reality check. Like, people are really willing to leave their homes and travel and get arrangements and things like that. Like, that's one thing about doing the live shows and actually physically seeing people. And also, you know, when we're out and about, feel free. If we're at an event, feel free to come and speak and meet and greet. Because, you know, some people's like, I was scared. Baby, don't be scared of us. We don't bite, I promise.
Yeah, I think also the other thing that's important in those spaces is that we do our show, because even though I'm respectful of Bomani, I'm a fan of Bomani, I love what Bomani does, we still have to be us and do our thing. And so we're a show that does talk about politics, that does talk about, not that Bo doesn't talk about this at all,
right?
But like, you know, I get in his space, you got to come at it a little different.
Yeah.
So it's cool to be able to show up and be like, yeah, man, so and so racist, this shit, Trump, fuck Trump, blah, blah, blah. And just like, I felt no fear in like, man, some of these people gonna be, and the real big reason for a lot of that is that so many of people that fuck with us showed up. Like, I do know what you do, and I do want to hear that shit. And it means something, because maybe if you feel like you're a guest in a room and nobody's there to see you, you like, I'll just say whatever they say because I don't want no problems. Yeah. So it's cool to be able to do us in that way, and to have it well received, and people that will come over are going to get a real taste.
Yeah, and also, and this kind of excites me every time, from the very first time to this time, whenever we do a live show, to actually see and hear people sing along. And because no matter where we go, some people are seeing us for the first time, so they're actually kind of seeing us, like I said, do a cappella and play music for the first time. So it is actually a communal experience for you guys and for us, because we're like, oh, y'all are here and y'all are in the house, and y'all gonna let us know that y'all are here, and it makes us kind of feel more comfortable. Yes, so I 100% agree.
All right, last thing is just emails. Not going to take a break because there's only 2 of them and they're short.
Okay.
No voicemails this week, no physical mail. Erica says, hi, Karen and Rod. My husband and I went to your event in Atlanta and wanted to say how much we enjoyed ourselves. Karen, you were hilarious, and it was nice seeing you in person. Yay! She was hilarious. Yeah, it was funny. We got back home or whatever on the whatever, and Karen told me like she was conveying news to me like I didn't know. She was like, you know, and I was hilarious. I was like, yeah, I was there and I know, and you're always hilarious, but yeah, you were very funny, and you know,
I don't know why I told her that. My brain was like, you were actually fucking right. I was actually funny.
She's always actually funny. I don't know why it was like different for her, but I don't know, newsflash, maybe you should go back and listen to all the live shows. You've always been very funny on all the live shows. People live for you. They love you. I think, honestly, I think a lot of it is validating to me, not to make me the center of attention, but it's validating to me because when we're doing the show, and y'all, like, I'm a very good listener. And it's actually to my detriment at many times, right? Because Karen's an excellent communicator, but most people aren't good listeners. So Karen repeats herself a lot. I've heard. Yeah. I heard her the first 10 times. And it's not just for the show. It's life. Like, I'm going to do the dishes. Okay. Thank you. I'm doing the dishes. Okay, I thank you for doing the dishes.
I was like, I heard you first time.
I'm gonna just start with the dishes right now. I'm like,
because I'm just letting you know.
And I know in real life, there's a lot of men who all they hear is wonka 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 when their wife is talking, and then it doesn't really matter what they say.
Yeah, and as a child, it consistently being dismissed. You're like, look, I want to be sure that you know my purpose here. Yes.
But then also on the show, Karen is constantly ad-libbing and adding on and saying stuff in the background.
Yes.
And because I'm trying to listen while also doing the show,
you might miss
it stops and starts. She's also always trying to finish my sentences, and it's not always correct.
No, it's not.
I wasn't
gonna
say
joke.
I wasn't going to say because I'm missing stuff. You see how she just did that? That's not what I was going to say, guys. But because I'm a listener, I am hearing her. I can't always acknowledge what I'm hearing as it's happening because there's a lot of stuff, and sometimes it's in the middle of my thought, and I'm trying to finish my thought, and then she's saying other stuff in the background. And, you know, I tend to think of it as hopefully it's a cool dynamic for y'all to hear, like, yeah, he's trying to get this thought out. Yes, she's got another thought. Sometimes they branch into a different thing. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes he finishes. Sometimes she doesn't. Blah, blah, blah. It's all like a back and forth. There's no real there's no real outline on how to talk to each other, particularly.
Right.
And so I say all that because we do all this without a live audience. Like, y'all are in the chat room, but I can't tell when y'all genuinely get like how hilarious something is or not or whatever. And so when we're in person, seeing how many people just like light up every single time Karen says anything, even if it's an ad lib, even if it's a interrupting thought, even if it's a I'm gonna go off, this is my monologue, this is my solo, even if it's a joke, it just always feels good because I get that feeling every time. I'm not always able to express it during this live show because I have a job too.
Right.
But seeing how many people, it relaxes me even to be like, right? That's fucking hilarious, right? That was great. You guys see it too. Okay, cool. So,
Yay.
yeah, it's very validating to see it. Because you know when we started this, Karen was the one like, I don't know if I'm, and I was like, you have no fucking idea. Is you literally? I would not do this show without you, and the show would not be good without you. It's just not. It's not that there would be nobody wants to hear what I have to say, but it'd be a lot less people that want to hear what I got to say about myself, and I don't blame them. You know what I mean? And that's not that's literally like just as a creative, people just don't know how shit is made. You know, right. It's one of the reasons that one of the few things that can piss me off is someone writing up here trying to say, you're not listening to Karen. You don't appreciate Karen. You don't even think she's funny.
He listens.
Cause I'm like, you do know the concept is mine. Meaning the concept of Rod and Karen is my concept. It was never a Rod by himself concept ever. From inception.
Yeah, you was like, I'm not
no
gonna do this by
one
myself.
on this motherfucking planet of 8 billion people goes up for Karen harder than me. There is nobody that you will find that believes in Karen's ability to entertain more than me. Oh. Not even Karen. Karen comes home and goes, I was hilarious. And I'm like, how is that news? You've been hilarious.
How is this breaking news?
5,000 episodes. What?
Like, how is this just not breaking news? You 3,000 plus episodes, 3,500 episodes.
So that's why I find that to be annoying when someone tries to.
Hilarious.
I was looking at Rod's face and I don't think he really like her. Nigga, if I didn't 4,000 episodes later, shut up. Anyway, Rod, you and Bomani seem like old friends catching up. Because we are, and we were. And that conversation could have went a million ways, but I also do enjoy, and that's something I don't get to do when we do the show, but I do enjoy when I go on like Karen Hunter, or I was a guest on D-Palm's show, the UD Pod, which you can find on the Movie Trailer Reviews Network, MTR Network. I like when I don't have to be the host sometimes and I can do what Karen does.
Yeah, it's actually really, really relaxing. That's why when people go, but Karen, why don't you be the host? It would be a completely different show.
I'm okay with that. If Karen wanted to be the host, I would let Karen host. It would be fine. Then I can do what she does.
Yes.
But she don't want to do what I do. That's the real truth of it, guys.
I see the work, nigga. I see the work. I'm like, I don't want to do all that.
Right. So when y'all because a lot of y'all just think of it as, you know, and it's a very like, I don't want to say childish, but it's a very simple mindset of like, whoever does the most talking is who's in charge. Whoever brings up the topics, that's the man, that's the woman. Whatever these roles are that y'all are creating in your head, you're right that they exist. But on our show, they literally exist for the expediency of it, meaning Karen has a full-time job other than this, and this is my job. So if someone needs to go find the articles, it should be the person that has the time to find the articles. If someone's going to do the segments, and it should be that person. If someone's going to do tech support on the website, it should be me.
Yes, it should be.
If someone's gonna do the dishes and the cooking in here, it's gonna be me, to be honest. So like, we just kind of don't worry about the outside appearance of what people think a hierarchy looks like.
Agreed.
Y'all, the hierarchy is really Karen's in charge of a lot of stuff, and I'm doing everything to make sure it's as smooth as possible for her to just come in and be Karen.
Right.
And the show wouldn't be the same without that.
Agreed.
But when I do get a chance to be the quote unquote talent, I do love it to just come in and be like, here's my opinion.
Yeah, and also
now you do something with it.
Right. And also it's one of those things too. And because most people only hear me on this show, I've been guests on other people's shows before. And sometimes when I'm on other people's shows, sometimes I'm very opinionated. And a lot of people, they have this myth that because we don't raise our voices and we just always in lock sync and we agree on everything. We don't. And so sometimes I shock people with my opinion, or just I'm very passionate about things. So sometimes I kind of throw people for a loop when they're not kind of expecting that, particularly because everybody just assume we are a set and we are not a set, type of thing. And so it's really interesting when I go on other people's shows. I enjoy going on other people's shows. I love it. But you're getting I won't say a different version of me, but you really are getting a different version of me, because you're getting a version of me without Rod.
Yeah. Just wanted to give you your flowers, Erica and Joe. Thank you, Erica and Joe. We appreciate y'all. Mm-hmm. And lastly, Miss Barnes writes in, a time was had in Atlanta. Mm-hmm. Good afternoon or morning, Rod and Karen. I hope all is well today. I wanted to say that I had a ball in Atlanta with you, Karen, and Bomani. It was an action-packed weekend trip, as I also got to see my family and my Tipper family. I will also apologize in advance for the lengthy email. It's not that long. Mm-mm. You should see the length of some of these emails. I had the absolute pleasure to hang out with Mary on this trip as well. Yeah, Mary and Sonya were there, and that was fun because it felt like I was like, did y'all come here together? Y'all are just like...
Right?
I feel like y'all been hanging out all weekend. Did y'all do the marathon?
This right at your run too.
Mary like a marathon. The marathon and Bowberry biscuits. Y'all was doing the whole town.
Oh, shebang, wasn't it?
She got to see the country parts of Georgia with me. For example, y'all did hang out. Okay, it felt like y'all hung out.
Yes.
Okay, we went to the DeKalb Farmers Market. We got to see a deer cross the road. YNs in the wild.
That's hilarious.
What's more wild, the deer or the YNs? Anyway,
Who
don't
knows?
answer.
Who knows?
She got to try a Bojangles Bowberry biscuit and a sweet potato pie. Ooh, nice. Where y'all get the sweet potato pie from?
Right.
They don't got them at Bojangles, do they? Because they don't have them in Charlotte. Mm-mm. Also, we discovered hilarity.
At the farmer's market, probably.
Yeah. Oh, they do have some good stuff.
I bet you that farmer's market probably big as shit.
Yeah, they got some good stuff at the farmer's market. Mm-hmm. Also, we discovered hilarity that there was more than one Monday Night Brewing company. We went to the wrong location, hopped back in the Uber, went to the right location. I did that too. I mean, I didn't hop in the Uber, but I did map it out and was like, why are there 3 of these? I was like, wait a minute. It's got to be the one with the Monday Night Brewing garage. Okay, cool. We kept joking that, she says, and also, it was really cool to see you both and also meeting Bomani for the first time. He kept joking that he was really approachable. However, I had to show him the picture from the Basketball Jones show where he looked like he was mean mugging the audience or me taking the picture.
That's hilarious.
Either way, he was so tickled until I told him I was a Duke fan. Well, I didn't even know that, Miss Barnes. That's disgusting. Well, hopefully you can get that out of your system. I already have my father in my life. I don't need another hater. Also, me and Mary had the bright idea to kidnap Karen when you were on stage with Bo. We got to hang out with Karen, and she is just so animated and just such a great time. I also had to grab my Karen, crack your back church hugs as well. Yeah, I thank y'all for that as well, because the way the program was set up, they wanted me and Karen did our thing, and then Bo was going to do his thing, and he wanted me to come on stage with him, which is totally fine. Like, it's not a thing. Like, me and Bo are friends and all that. Like, so it's totally fine. But then I was like, oh yeah, where is Karen supposed to be during this? Is she going to be backstage? She going to be in the audience? And so y'all saying y'all would save her a seat meant a lot. Thank you. I cannot say enough great things about the Tipper family, like Mary and Preston, Team Dro, shout out to Preston, Slang of Ages podcast, and everyone else who I got to meet. My heart is full, and I cannot wait for the next live show. I included some pics from the show as well. Mary's Folks, Bowberry Biscuit, and Bo Mugg in the Basketball Jones show. Thank you again, Rod and Karen. Love, Sonya, aka Miss Barnes. Yeah, and I was at the Basketball Jones thing too. That's what we did in Raleigh the first time. I'll pull up the pictures for y'all because I know y'all want to see them. But that's what we did in Raleigh the first time, was the Basketball Jones thing, and that was fun. And I think for Dimitri and maybe even Bomani, I think that was yeah, we could probably do something with Rod down here. Like, they got like enough people showed up that knew of both of us, and when I asked people like, I heard of the Blackout Tips, those people like, hey, yeah. I was like, okay, cool, enough. It's not everybody, obviously. But enough people that was like, oh, we might could do a show here.
Yeah.
That's Mary and the Bowberry biscuits.
Great
Deliciousness.
sugar rush.
That's this is a candid shot of Omani. It does look like he's mean mugging the audience. Like, the lights are bright on stage, guys.
Like, you taking a camera? You taking a picture of me?
Okay, the lights are bright. It's hard. This is a picture with Karen and Mary and Miss Barnes at the Monday Night Brewing Garage. That's Bo and Miss Barnes together. He's not mean mugging. He friendly. He's smiling. Shout out to the discipline with the hand on the shoulder though. Omani knows. Okay, he's like, listen, I don't want to.
No problem.
I don't want no problems. Okay, this must be y'all in the country. This look like the back part of Atlanta. And then that's us with Miss Barnes. And that's my shoes I got compliments on, even though they didn't match that part of the outfit. But yeah, that's us with Miss Barnes too. So yeah, it was fun, man. Thank you, saving all these pictures and all that stuff too. But we appreciate y'all for coming out, man. Y'all made it so fun.
Yes,
and thank you, listeners, even if you couldn't make it, you know, y'all make this fun, what we do here for a living.
Yeah, and your support and everything financially and things like that make it possible for us to be able to do stuff like this.
Yeah, so we appreciate y'all. And yeah, look, when we do live stuff, man, come out and see it, because you never know literally like who's gonna be there, what's gonna happen, and we don't always have the ability to record it and put it out. Like we had that shit happen in the Blumenthal, one of our last live shows, where the recording for the video just didn't work and something happened. Yeah, it's so like you just never know, and be there live, man. It's we're always gonna put effort to make sure it's a fun time, so you know that much. And we hope that y'all can, we hope that y'all guys can enjoy that with us. So, and she said, yeah, the sweet potato pies was at Bojangles. I didn't know that. I don't think I've ever had a Bojangles sweet potato pie. I wonder if they have them in Charlotte. I have to check that out.
Bolinda don't be promoting it.
No. All right, y'all. Well, that's it, man. We're out. Thanks for listening. We'll be back throughout the week. Until next time, I love you.
I love you too.
Mwah.
Mwah.